All right, all right. So come on in, come on in. Where everybody at? Where everybody at? I hope you guys got y'all head in the game. For sure, for sure. I'm gonna wait till you guys get up in here and I'm gonna kind of run through some things. Cinnamon Toast, what's up, sis? Good to see you. Good to see you. Man, I hope you being safe out here. There's so much chaos in the world today. I hope you just really, really being safe out here. It's good to see you though. Weapons X92, Lil Doodoo, what's happening, baby? Lindsay Stewart. Yeah, Miss McCoy Loci, what's up, sis? Tada Talia, 772 Kingpin, Charles Brown, Tiger Jr., Brother Christ, what's up? Rio Ruin, Tay from the A Bar, Marcus Mark, Jermaine Event, Christopher Harris, Miss Mdea, D Skincare, what's up, fam? Dub JJ, Trunk Shoes, Rio Ruin, Ernest Lundy. Guys, I'm gonna ask that you don't do no donating this episode. I appreciate all the donating you guys doing, but that ain't why I'm doing this. I appreciate you guys. Keenan Baker, Willie Saunders, Lindsey Stewart, Trucker Keys, Mike H, Class P Beats, TM Jackson, Boo Man, Jeanette Kelly, Junior Warfield, Ill World, Haley Andrews, Break the Cycle, Sayana Norton, Autopilot, Angela Gold 3, what's up? D. Harris, Ernest Lundy, LaQuisha Doss, what's up, sis? Keith Spears, Wise Money Mob, what's up? Kim Black, Being Black, what's up, baby? Antonio Belcher, I appreciate the donation, fam. I appreciate you. Garland Moore, Jarrell Singleton, Aunt P, Terry Woods, Keeping It 100, Chris Hughes, Jamie Chisholm, Darrell Collins, Jay For Real, The Real EJ, by request 99. Boy, I see all my Lord people, they went and got them memberships back. Man, I love you guys, man. I mean, and I ain't even here for that because it's so much I got to tell you guys. And I made some notes so I wouldn't forget so much. I started to do a podcast the other day. And as soon as I started it, I forgot everything I was supposed to do because my emotions playing a big part because what's happening in prison is also happening in the world. You know what I mean? So it's just more happening there because it's hidden from public eyes or whatever. Erica S., I see you. Lonnie D., Jay Bradley, Ray Lion Bullets. What's up? Who else I missed? Think I probably Haley Andrews, Bay Area Legends, Ethics Morals. What's up? All right, guys, I'm going to let a couple more people get up in here and then I'm going to start. Then we're going to get past that algorithm. But I do want to say this. I'm only leaving this live up for a certain amount of time. Now, I'm going to be doing other lives that's going to entail a lot more than this. But because I have to explain so much, and that's going to kind of give some things away to different people who may be watching because there are people watching. And I'll get to that in a minute. But on upcoming episodes that I do like this, I won't explain so much. I'll just kind of give it to you guys and react some things, with no context, but with context, if you get what I'm saying. Not saying that it happened in this over in prison or where it happened or what time was it in? Did it happen this year or happen years ago? If you get what I'm saying. You have to be very careful right now, what you're doing. Yeah. Deron Lee, what's up? Mr. Bitter Dose? Cherie Stewart, King G, what's up? Rooted, I see you, baby. What's good with you? Marcus Priest, TK803 in the building. Sylvester Stanton, Mon 311, what's good with you? Monochrome Souls, I appreciate the donation. Appreciate you. Davo Morris, Lamont, Justin Norris, King Invictus, what's up? Keegan Thomas, what it do, baby? Young MCC, Double R Trucking, King Striker. Man, yeah. I got some things to run to you guys, man. It is completely going down inside of prison. And it's just not prisons in Louisiana. So I'm pretty sure if you guys talk to anybody, you understand what I'm talking about. You know just what I'm saying. Blue Dream, you understand just what I'm talking about. So I'm before I get started, I'm gonna go ahead and say something. Guys, we're in the most important time in history right now. Anything in your mind that you think can happen, it's gonna happen. There is nothing that you could think that won't happen. We in a moment in history where people are told don't believe what they see, and they don't believe what they see. They can see something going on and think, because people say this ain't what's happening. This ain't what's happening, but it is. It is. And if you guys remember on videos I did, plus I had videos way before this when I was doing street news, I spoke of this. But just for you guys that follow me on Instagram, I spoke about these chess moves that's being made. I spoke about this. I spoke this before it even happened. Before any of this even happened, I spoke these words. That's because it was already foreseen, not by me, but by somebody who taught me, and I ain't getting into all of that because that ain't what this is about. It's bigger than that, but I want you guys to know, like right now, a lot of things happening in prison that you might not be aware of. And the first place they try out experiments are in prison because they can contain the situation. What better place to try it? Controlling big crowds than inside of prison. And then prison gonna give you better experience because these guys are violent. So if you can control these violent guys, you can control these few little civil citizens. You know what I mean? Get what's up with you, baby? Ursula Golson, what's good? So yeah, Lavelle Hayes, I see you up there. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this. Now, the things that I'm about to tell you don't come from one prison, two prisons, three prisons, four prisons. It comes from multiple prisons. But I will not be for these guys' safety. I will not be being too specific in areas and different things like that because these guys' life are really in danger. Understand that their life is really in danger right now, and by what I'm about to tell you guys, you're going to understand that, more than any. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just reading a couple of you guys. Yeah, young MC, for sure. But people got to realize it's bigger than just, Trump doing what Trump want to do, If you look at his cabinet and different people he put in position, at once upon a time, all these people spoke against him. They wasn't supporters of Trump. Why do you think that is? Because he told them the plan. Once you're in power, you're going to forever be in power. You're going to forever. There won't be no more transfer of power. There won't be no more of that. I am the king, and who all oppose the king, we're going to chop their heads off. And people got to realize this ain't a race issue. I see different Caucasian people thinking that Trump doing this for them. No, sir. I've been told y'all, it's not a race thing. It's a good and evil. If you can't walk up to a pregnant woman and blow her brains out, you don't fit their agenda. Put it like that. Because this is what they need. They need people that's going to do what needs to be done without asking any questions. This is what they need. They don't need nothing else what you think. And you thinking you got a little money and you straight, boy, all that shit about to turn into coins and crypto. You know everything is about to be a digital wallet. You about to be chipped up. Real IDs and shit like that. Everybody been knew this. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing that people didn't see coming. But by people ignoring the obvious and understanding that first we got to divide them, then we can conquer them. Everybody's gonna be herded off like sheep. This is not a Democrat and Republican thing no longer. In front of your eyes, you see it yourself. You see that the Constitution is being broken in front of your eyes. You seeing it every day. The Constitution don't matter to these people at all. So how you still talking about Democrat and Republican? That don't even matter. That don't even matter. There's only one side that matter, and that's the evil side. Put it like that. And I'm speaking that because that is a fact. The type of things that are going on, humans wouldn't do that to other humans. You feel what I'm saying? I can get Twin Pyramids say Trump saved Cali from having the EV mandate. Needed that because this daily F-350 was going blowing big black clouds on. Yeah, and like I said, a lot of things is gonna be looking like it's put up there to help you and different things. Right now, it has to keep some kind of civilized meaning right now. That's just for right now until they get a certain percentage of the problem out the way. Understand a lot more is going to happen. But anyway, let me get into what I want to talk about. So, guys, I'm gonna start from the beginning of when before all this started, and we just gonna go into it. So, I've been getting more calls than ever. I'm always in touch with different brothers in different prisons because we got them all over in different states and everything. But it's bigger than that now because it's other inmates. It's other inmates that's calling home and things like that. So it's no longer just about this is just New Jack. Nah, this is just random inmates that got a brain and got eyes and they can see that certain things that's happening not supposed to happen and these things are wrong. I mean, why do we need COs if we want the whole prison system to be corrupt? We don't need COs. We might well just throw them up in there, lock it, and make sure they can't get out, right? Just make sure they can't get out, and whatever they do, they do. Why do we need COs? If not to restore order and keep some kind of, procedures and policies flowing, and people know, what side is the good side and what side is the bad side. Now it is none of that. The COs are more corrupt than ever, and they doing some corrupt things. Okay, so, and instead of just saying I get a call, I'm gonna start it off that way, telling you about the call, but I'm just gonna start explaining some of the things that I was told. But from that standpoint, I get a call from one of the brothers, and I got notes here, and the inmates are paying attention to different things in the prison. We starting to have politicians show up at the prison, state officials showing up, and if you're in Louisiana, it's your politicians and your state officials. If you're in Cali, if you're in Baltimore, wherever state you're from, your politicians and your state officials are showing up to your prisons, and what they're doing is observating. And I wanted to say something, but I got to get to that point. But anyway. So these inmates, they watch the news and they putting shit together themselves. You get what I'm saying? They watching what's happening and putting things together that all kind of illegal things is happening. Now these guys went on a 90-hour no child. They did a raid. They did a raid late one night, and they took all their commissary. Listen how injustice is. Stuff that these inmates and their families paid for. They hit a raid and they went in there and took all their commissary. I mean, every last drop. You didn't have to do nothing. They ain't going off their bases no more. The COs went in there in full force and took every bit of commissary that the inmates had, right? Then right after that, they put them on the 90-hour. Coletta Anderson, I appreciate you, sis. I appreciate you. Appreciate the donation. They went on a 90-hour no child lockdown. Now, they not locked down in their cells. They just put them on a 90-hour no child lockdown. You still moving around because it still got movement. They ain't say no movement, so you moving around, but you got no child, no commissary, nothing. 90 hours. And let me tell you why this is. Everybody in the prison don't have a cell phone. For the longest, the inmates been coming together inside of prison. Violence had them went down, and I'm estimating for about 2 weeks, violence had went down because they seeing how the COs and the warden and all these different administration people moving, right? So they come together passing kites and stuff like this, all different race, you know what I'm saying? Coming together because they know something is about to happen. Inmates are very intelligent and they stay up on game. Believe that. Just because they're in jail don't mean they dumb, despite what people say and think. Anyway, so everybody has told people, stop, don't use the phone, man. You got to go use somebody's cell phone if you want to call out. We need to get the message out what they doing. They locking us down, not feeding us. They putting us in the sun in cages and locking us down, keeping us. They wearing them down and different things like that. So when shit get worse is when they start training. When I tell you training, this ain't special forces, this ain't National Guard. These are regular civilians that they're training inside a prison and in large numbers. This is when shit get bad. The mistreatment of inmates really start to happen. So they're training civilians to come out and deal with the community, to control the community. And they're teaching them real dirty tactics to control you. So, okay, allegedly. So I'm gonna say that. But anyway, so dudes no longer can stick to that. Man, I'm gonna use this dude's cell phone. So they started using the prison phones and the video. You know how you do the prison video and the phone. They using that, right? Now that's when the prison get word that inmates telling their families what's going on inside a prison. Now recently, but I found out so much, and plus they still got cell phones inside of prison, but they shut the phones down, the video, everything. They shut it down. You can't. They confiscating your letters. They ain't mailing no letters. None of this. They lock the prison down. So you can't get no words outside the prison, right? Okay. So now I'm going to take you through a journey. Now, this prison I'm talking about right now, about to talk about, is a prison you guys done heard in previous episodes from prisons that then came to where I was or whatever, and I'll probably give you a hint pretty soon what it is, but just let me get through this. So I get a call and they like, hey, bro, man, these bitches going crazy up in here, bro. Man, they doing dirty shit, bro. Stupid ass dude, man, call the people and let the guards overheard what he's telling his people and shit, bro. So what they did, bro, the dude name is Delaney, bro. What they did was, what do you say they did? All right, so let me explain to you like this. The dude, it was a bunch of inmates, but the dude, Delaney, he was smart. He put this shit together himself. Inmates was brought to the prison. And when you brought to this prison, all these inmates was already in tune, right? They was already in tune, but they ain't letting no new people in because they got people that snitching inside prison too to get privileges. So what they did was they ain't let the dude Delaney in on what's going on. But the dude smart enough, he put it together by himself. And he called home telling his people what's going on. So one day, the CEOs that's doing a lot of the crooked shit, that's bringing in the weapons, that's selling the drugs, they're bringing in outside food, one of them go up to the dude Delaney and tell him, man, yeah, you on the house with the inmates, huh? Yeah. And they making small talk with him day by day. Small talk. So finally, the CEO go up to him maybe like 4-5 days later and say, yeah, you know, it's hard up in here. You want to make a little money? You know. Now, they already know he didn't call his people and was telling his people what's going on, and he was doing this regularly. So now they recruiting him to try to make some money. So they give him a package and tell him to deliver the package in a different part of the prison. Now, in this specific prison, the guards ain't moving around selling to different inmates because they got to be careful too, because you can't take no bunch of COs with you on the hall, because all of them ain't selling shit and doing illegal shit. So you mostly have to go by yourself to sell that package. So they recruiting different inmates to take it down a certain line or whatever. So they give him a package and gives this guy Delaney a weapon to protect himself and tell him, drop this package off on this line and bring me my money. Keith Smith Karen, man, I appreciate the donation, and bring me my money or whatever. So he agreed. Dude, ain't no more commissary. Dude starving or whatever. Dude's gonna do whatever they could do to get favoritism from the guard, some kind of favor from the guard. So he goes down, how the brother tell me, he goes down a real violent line, and he take this package and he goes inside his cell to do, and in this prison, they have doors like on the cell. It's 4 people in there, but instead of bars, they got the doors on these cells. He goes inside of this cell and trying to make the deal and get the CO money. But when he goes, they close the door behind him. And now we got brothers on this line too, and they say immediately when the door close, what you hear, boom, boom, bitch, yeah. Oh, you thought, man, it's for the CEO, I'm doing it for, boom, shut up, bitch. Bitch, this was to pay for your own death, bitch. Boom. They hear this man in here hollering. The CO sent him, and the dude grabbed him from behind. This is what they saying going on. You know, like I tell you this story the best to my best ability, because I wasn't there. I'm getting all the facts from them, that they grabbed him from behind, took the weapon off of him. This weapon was designed to kill him. He went paid for his own execution. And they see that they hear this dude in there screaming and hollering, and buku dudes rush up in there, stabbing him up. And all these dudes get to split whatever it is the CO sent in there. They say, man, they damn near cut this dude fucking head off. And not trying to cut his head off. How many times different weapons then stabbed this man? Now, why you say the CO ain't do it himself? Because guess what? It's going to look like this inmate brought all this on himself. He went with whatever package he had. He had the weapon on him, and he went on a line that he wasn't on. And they killed this man right inside that cell. All because he was trying to tell his family what's going on inside the prison, right? Tell his family what's going on. Yeah, ain't no words getting out. And I'm taking all this information. I'm like, man, that's fucked up, bro. Man, they did that man like that. And he's like, yeah, bro, but that ain't the worst of it. I'm like, bro, and it to the point, like I said, I got ready to do the live, and all this shit just left my brain. So I started making notes, you know, and I said I'm gonna be releasing a lot of this shit, you know, and the most violent shit besides this episode. I'm only leaving this up for limited time, this episode here. But the other ones I'll leave up a little bit longer, because it's gonna be more drastic things in there, but I won't have to explain to you guys, you know, that this happening right now in prison. I'll be able to tell you what's going on, and you'll know what I'm talking about. So I'm only going to leave this up for a little while, and then delete this because this shit is bigger than money. People, loved ones are dying and being misused inside of prison, right? So, okay, now we going to a different prison. Now, this is how rapid these calls are coming in daily and getting 4 and 5 calls a day. Normally, I don't hear from the brothers, until one of the crews needs something in a Pacific prison or something like that, But now I'm hearing from them on the regular. So we going to another prison, and you heard about this prison as well. So get a call from the brother, and they say, bro, man, get what the CO's doing, bro. Man, this little dude tried to write a letter home to his people. They intercepted his letter, read his letter. But now this dude, Edwin, how they explained to me, they tried to break him all different kind of ways. They tried to put him in the sun and leave him out there for 2 days straight with no child. But he came back trying to contact his people again. They beat him. They did out, but he wouldn't stop. Like, he was just persistent. This is what they explaining to me. He just wouldn't quit, and he ain't have no sneaky way of doing things. Anytime he was picking up the phone, he was calling, trying to tell somebody what happened. So they couldn't get him to stop. So what they did one night, the brothers say they all getting ready for lockdown and shit. They talking, and because everybody's on kind of like the same accord in prison right now, because the most harm is coming from the COs and not the inmates. It's coming from the COs. So they getting ready. They see the COs come get the dude Edwin. They had already beat him up. He already swole up and shit. And they called lockdown, put everybody in the cell, and they still got him outside of the cell. And they make an announcement telling everybody, and I'm just gonna say it in so many words instead of going through everything they told me. This shit is gonna happen to any of you motherfuckers trying to get anything outside this prison that you ain't supposed to be talking about, and you know what the fuck it is you ain't supposed to be talking about. This is what's gonna happen to all of you motherfuckers. And they take this dude and they put him in a cell with 4 predators. And they say they have to listen to them, boom, 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 bring your ass here, boom, slam this man and this man fight. I'm gonna kill one of y'all. I'm gonna kill one of y'all. Oh, you ain't gonna kill no. And beat his ass and fuck him over and over and over and over. And he screamed all night for help. He screamed all night for help. This is the shit that's the people that's supposed to protect you are doing. This is what they're doing. Yeah, I appreciate you, DeAndre Scott. Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. But like I said, this is a summary of some of the things I'm gonna be telling you guys, and I'm not gonna have to really go into really the gross details into the other episode if you guys can understand what I'm telling you. This episode, I pretty much gave you a time when it's happening, and and then I'm gonna tell you what the inmates are doing as well on another episode. But I got more to tell you guys. So, now this is the crazy thing. Now this happened, and I can say it because the brothers have been shipped from Pine Prairie. So in Pine Prairie, dude went on social media. You guys may have seen it. I know I seen it. And he was talking about the inhumane treatment that's going on, that they water coming, that shit water is coming back through the faucets, and they ain't got no water to drink. And they being mistreated, beat. I'm gonna get to that one. I'm gonna get to that one about the fire. I'm gonna get to that shit. So anyway, they got to do this, and he did the video of it, right? Man, y'all never guess what the hell happened. Somebody on social media, and he's a social media influencer, he reported this to the prison. He reported this man to the goddamn prison. Yeah. He reported this to the prison, and they went and got this man, put him in another cell. They ain't doing nothing right. They waited till nighttime, put him in another cell. And when they say they woke up to a bunch of screaming and hollering, and then the COs went in there and cut this man's throat. Oh, Tank, man, I appreciate the donation. I appreciate you. Oh, everything good, brother. Everything good, man. You know, I'm just trying to be an ally and an advocate for the brothers, man, and all the brothers, man. Right now, it ain't just a New Jack thing and a different people thing. This is an all us thing. You know what I mean? So they say the COs popped the cells the next day after they cut this man's throat, did roll call, and they was able to walk up to the cell and see this man laying in there with his shit cut all the way down there to the back of his throat. That ain't the worst. Hold on. Cut to the back of his throat. They walking and they seeing this man. They saying they got fucking blood slime, thick, look like clots, this long, laying on the floor, thick like that. They say if they was to go pick the shit up, the shit'll hang like some thick ass snot or something. That's all they see. That's how they know that this weapon spilled this man with one slice. And they did roll call, and everybody out their cells walking around and seeing this. So a dude named Doobie, the COs come and get him for the crime. The COs did the crime, and how we know the COs did the crime, and I ain't even saying allegedly, fuck that. An inmate across from the cell the dude was in, seeing two COs go in there and do this. Seen them go in there and do this. And then come get another inmate and charge him and rebook him for this crime. Rebook him for this crime. Now, I give you, what they said is, if you got 5 years and above, you're going on that workforce. You're going on that leasing out to different prisons. I mean, not different prisons, different work, because this has nothing to do with prisons. They saying they rent, they buying property and building different holding facilities. Understand? Everybody thinking this is, because they even think this is for immigrants. But this shit is for just more than immigrants. Guys, I don't know if you think what's happening in the world gonna stop anytime soon. It's not. It's not, guys. And we're going to war. And we're going to have the war come to U.S. soil as well. Guys, I ain't trying to scare nobody, but I'm saying facts. Now, it's about to be some cruel treatment from what they saying these civilians are being trained to do, what they're being trained to do. Why you think they putting up travel ban? This is so shit can't get outside the country. People can't flee. Once you hear when this shit starts, you're here. You're here. And why you think they know what they doing, that a lot of food on the farms gonna rot and different things. They know what they're doing. It's intended to be that way. So when they say it's a food crisis, they're gonna start slaughtering the homeless first, then they're gonna slaughter elderly people next, and they're gonna work their way like that. They're knowing what they're doing. This is everything is done. You know, ain't nobody that's stupid to see how many millions and billions of dollars we're losing. This is by design. This is by design. And when people are desperate, remember when I told you shit get chaotic and chaos is introduced to how I knew the plan. how I knew what the plan was and how I knew it was chess moves. It's a couple books that you could read, but I'm gonna give you something maybe all you guys know about. You guys remember the DC sniper, right? And in fact, I am good friends with his son. I'm real good friends with his son. We went to school together. Me and Miss G went to school with his son. I'm not gonna even say his name. You know, we play on the same football team, everything at the same school. Me and Miss G met at. I was friends with the DC sniper, John Allen Muhammad's son. I was with his oldest son. I was friends with him. We played on the same football team. Now, did y'all know what his plan was? So he said, and don't think I glorify anything. This shit disgusts me what this guy did. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is a playbook. When you take things from a playbook and you use different playbooks to put a plan of chaos together, what his plan was to shoot a female first. When they thinking you shooting women, shoot a man. When they thinking you killing men and women, you shoot a child. When they think you shooting civilians, you shoot a cop. And at that cop funeral, you plant bombs and blow up a lot of cops, which gonna bring in the National Guard. And once the National Guard come in, you let the media and the civilians do what they're gonna do, because it's gonna be pure chaos. And if you read a book, and I'm gonna say the name on a different episode, because I'm gonna leave that up, because I want a lot of people to go read this book, because it's imperative that you read this book, and it's crazy, you know. And I don't want like freak nobody out or nothing like that, because there is a way to defeat this plan that's happening. The plan is to stay in power. That's the whole plan, to stay in power. And the correct way to do that, remember I told y'all, you got to create civil unrest and go to war. And go to war. Civil unrest and go to war. And there will be no election. There will be no election. And if you and if they hold like the midterms election, and what's going to stop him from doing what he's been doing? Firing them and putting his people back in place. What's going to stop that? What's going to stop that? To make you still think you got a choice on who get elected, and then just fire them and put one of his people back in place. Lapdogs, people who gonna do just what he say. Because at one point in time, once upon a time, all these people didn't agree with it, with nothing that was Trump. And you can find them speaking on Trump, but then do a whole 360. All right, so I'm gonna get back on this. So I get another call from another prison. He's like, hey, bro, man, hey, bro, man, nigga named Dykes, bro. Hey, bro, he in this bitch, bro, really fucking niggas, man. He really going through here fucking niggas. Like, man, what are you talking about? Say, bro, all right, bro, I got this little hard-head cousin, you heard me? So I'm telling my little cousin he won't keep it. Now, this is a New Jack member telling me. Yeah, so I got this little cousin, you know, he won't stay down with the hood, straight up hood nigga, you know what I'm saying? And little nigga handle his own, so I ain't have no problem with the inmates, so I ain't figure, you know what I'm saying? Something was gonna happen to him, because him and his crew, they can handle their own or whatever. But what he did is he went with some dudes and went rob another inmate who was working for the CO. He said, man, I had to watch the same CO that we know fucking dudes walk off with my little cousin, man. I had to call my auntie and tell my auntie her son had been fucked. We hearing this. We out and about when he do it at that, bro. We out and about when he do it. So we listening, and I hear my cousin, stop. And him telling, I'll bash your fucking country head ass brains in. This is word for word what he said, your country head ass brains in. This is what was told to me. I ain't paraphrasing or nothing. Your country head ass brains in. Yeah. and he say he had to listen to his cousin for about 10 or 15 minutes get fucked, and then come out of there and know nothing I could do ever again to help my cousin. And that night, 2 other dudes fucked him. But he can't do nothing about that. What you gonna do? Go put yourself in a bad position and your brothers in a bad position for a hard-headed cousin that wouldn't listen no matter how much you told him? And he went and robbed some shit that he shouldn't have robbed and got caught in his cell with some of the merchandise, so they knew Dyke knew he had the right person. But is it right, guys? But is it right that the CO's doing this? Is it right? Man, I don't defend the inmates. You guys know that shit, man. I try to be unbiased as possible and tell the shit how it is. I don't try to put myself in no good light telling these stories. I'm running through prison doing, man, I'm telling the shit how it is. So I know inmates are corrupt, guys. I know they do a lot of corrupt shit, but what separates us from the COs is supposed to be the COs are non-corruptible, right? Man, I get that shit. And I know it's dangerous in there for them. And I've also heard from the brothers, 2 of them then lost their life or was hurt really bad. But what's the tricky part is you can find the shit in the newspaper or you can find the shit in the backlogs of the internet, but you don't see the shit being publicized on the news. Now, guess when they get involved? When you hear about public officials inside of prison taking bribes. Oh, yeah, hold on. So I don't know if you guys heard about in Louisiana, a warden, which they call another guy a jailer for some reason, but he was in the prison, but he called him a jailer. And they took money to let ICE come in and take inmates out and deport them. They just the guys say they woke up the next day and these inmates was gone. Thousands of them. They was just gone. And this is, and I know it's true because this ain't just one prison telling me all this, guys. This ain't just one prison telling me all this. They woke up one morning and they was gone. Now, a lot of people advocating for that shit saying, yeah, that's what we need. Yeah, get their ass out of here. What you think gonna happen when they get their ass out of here? It's almost like it ain't fun to them if they don't have an enemy. But at this time, if you look, Trump don't want no one to oppose him. Even when he being asked questions, do you see how he react when somebody asks him a question? And then do you see how many times he bring up Barack name and Biden name? And man, we ain't talking about all these other people. You the president, you always like a big old baby going back to them. We had one goddamn black president. Well, for what a lot of people go off of. I'm gonna put it like that. One black president, then Biden, and all the America problems was created by these presidents. I won't even say you, Trump, created all America's problems. But you always try to compare yourself to these presidents and that administration. Instead of just y'all answer, and they don't answer questions. Notice, you can't get a straight answer out of them at all. They the only administration that openly defies questions, the oversight committee. You cannot get a goddamn word out of them. Somebody asked them, and you probably can find it on Instagram too, because I seen it and it had nothing to do with Louisiana. But asked him, what you gonna do with the corruption that's going on in prison? And he said, I don't see any corruption. I don't hear any corruption. everything that's happening, I feel that it should be happening. Those guys got to go home to those families. They didn't commit those crimes for those people. And that's what a lot of people get mixed up. Like the person who responded to my post when I posted the woman shooting the man. Her son was trying to handcuff him, and he was like, that's his probation officer or whatever. People think just because somebody accused of a crime, you have the right to kill them for some reason or another. But don't want that shit to go when it's their turn. Right now in Louisiana, I'm going to say allegedly, but it's a fact. People are being picked up, and I'm about to get into something else, being picked up for no reason at all. It could be anybody. A grandmother was picked up and taken off to jail because she was out in the streets after a certain time, and we don't have a curfew. We're not under curfew. Picked her up and took her to jail. And this woman was like 70-something years old. Yeah, facts. So now I'm about to get into something that's a theory of inmates, because they say this makes sense and it wouldn't be this many people that this happened to. And this is their theory, not mine, allegedly. So they say as they bringing everybody into these prisons every single day, bringing people, they saying they bringing transferring loads of people that went to jail, which is like our East Baton Rouge Parish Prison. You getting transferred in 10 to 15 days. That shit is really unheard of. You being transferred in 10 to 15 days to a prison. Now you're in prison. No matter what your charge was, you got a goddamn traffic warrant, but you ain't about to see the judge no time soon, so your ass getting shipped too, right? They say, why everybody who we talk to and different people helping different people with their cases, why all these people are newly registered to vote kids? This is their theory. Newly registered to vote kids. 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds being put in prison, and they saying why all of them scheduled, a lot of them scheduled to get out after the election over with. I feel like them. This shit is not a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? It's not a coincidence. You know, so I just have to go off of their word. And I told them, these my brothers, I'm going to ride or die, put my life on the line and get these messages out here. That's why I say it's not about money. I'm not tripping on that. Have y'all heard about the social? It didn't matter if you had 10,000 subscribers or 10,000 followers. You was getting an email. And they was trying to pay you to promote a certain agenda. Now, a lot of people took that money, but it's a lot of people that didn't. And do you all know TikTok has been sold? And do you all know who bought TikTok? Anybody know who bought TikTok? I know somebody know it. Somebody paying attention out here. That's why I will not go on TikTok. Exactly. Who is that? My Busy Life. Israel. Exactly right. Ill World. Yeah. Who is that? Say Big Time Brown. And Ladybug. Y'all ain't no difference. That's Trump. Yeah, that ain't no different. Israel, Trump, BB Netin, Yahoo. Yeah. Facts. Yeah. And y'all seen all the leak conversations. Man, it's so much going around. Okay, so we had a brother, guys, and this is something I was kind of waiting to to speak. We had a brother that betrayed us. Now, understanding when I say betray, because New Jack is like we recruit. So some of these guys been New Jack since 2000, the early 2000, maybe 2001. And some of them could have been since 2025, right? But you still pretty much took that oath. You New Jack, right? So a lot of our brothers was getting hit with fines and different things like that, put in the box, put in the shoe, put in the hole, pretty much the same thing like that. And they kept trying to figure out how these people finding out, until one day they seen our brother Damien seen our brother go to a stash. Now they ain't got no commissary. Nobody got no commissary, but he leaves from around them and goes to a commissary where they follow him at and get some commissary and try to go duck off and eat it like he been doing consistently. He was so stupid. He ain't knowing how long New Jack been around and how smart these guys is, that we watching everything now. Everybody, we'll watch our goddamn self. I'm just being, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's how cautious we being. So they followed him and he was turning them in for different favors and commissary food privileges from the COs. Yeah. And they found the important book. They found a very important book. The COs found a very important book because of Damien. May God receive him well. But they found the important book. Now, this book is not the members of New Jack, no shit like that. This book is a book they decided to start putting together, which I'm going to do my damn self, because it don't matter if it was something small a person did that was evil. They write these people's name down in this book, because after what I call the purge, again, you guys understand what a purge means, but it's a different kind of purge we're going to enter to actually come up out this mess that we watching ourselves go in, because the evil hearts of people thinking, yeah, our president doing this for us, but it ain't even about that. They're going to deal with your ass too. They're going to deal with your ass too. But they just need to keep you like that. Need to keep you like that for a minute until they get things the way they need it. But and after this purge thing over, all these people that's going to try to hide like they ain't had nothing to do with nothing, like they ain't did. You see all the people that's pulling up on people, calling them niggas, that now they get to show it openly. Oh, it's even more so in Louisiana. We in the heart of the South. Even more so in Louisiana, where people just popping out, you fucking monkey, nigger, gonna fucking kill your ass, nigger. Yeah. We got even more so of that right here. Feel what I'm saying? It is crazy. Shit is insane, guys. It is absolutely insane. So I'm watching all this shit, you know what I'm saying? And I share as many videos as I can with you guys, but my main focus right now is to bring you guys the shit that's happening in prison. Now I'm about to talk about this training things that's going on. What they doing is going to the biggest blocks in the prison. The biggest blocks. Now, understand, this is the same thing they doing in the world right now. They want to go to Chicago. They want to hit Washington. When they hitting Chicago and Washington, they're going to be all in all them states, New York. They're going to hit all these, Portland. They're going to keep hitting all. They got to get, and these small motherfuckers going to fall in line. Memphis, these smaller motherfuckers like Louisiana and different places like that, you're going to fall in line because they coming too. They coming. But right now, and they trying to make it like this is happening, is violence is stopping. This is making a difference. Think about it. If we was in prison and we put a CO on every goddamn corner, will the inmates be able to do as much violence as they've been doing? Now, what happens when you take away them COs? What's going to happen? The violence going to kick right back up, right? Man, you just putting a goddamn Band-Aid on it right now, just trying to make it look like somehow. Phyllis Jackson Husky, I appreciate the donation, sis. I'll be seeing you guys soon, but I appreciate the donation. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm still coming. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, but it's the type of shit that I'm seeing, and it's like people don't believe your eyes, man. Don't pay attention to what you're seeing, because people are actually still in their corner of the world. You get what I'm saying? They're in that corner of the world. Man, that's happening out there. Yeah, but it's coming your way too. And I'm not telling nobody by any means to go out here running in this shit head first. But what I'm saying is, leaders step into that position. Every position I ever had, I stepped in that position. Just like now my brothers need me, I'm stepping in that position. Nobody can tell you what you are. It's up to you if you step into that position. Everybody at this time in history, you're gonna be in the history books. You go at what depending on what you do, you're gonna be in the history books, because this gonna be a big moment in history. When have you ever seen the Gestapo running through America, just snatching people and throwing people down and shut the fuck up, move back, bitch, knocking, pepper spraying motherfuckers? When have you ever seen this type of shit, snatching, go and get adopted babies that's been adopted, immigrant babies, and deporting them too? When have you ever seen so much heartless shit? You think that's it? You think this is all that's about to happen? Man, I'm on the side of right. I ain't on the side of this political shit, because that shit means absolutely nothing, because you ain't giving these people their day in court. So you breaking the Constitution, saying you don't give a fuck about the Constitution. You're going to do what I say do when I say do it. And these people are so evil and ignorant, and you wonder how you don't see what's coming for you. And I understand it again. It's because they never been in nothing serious in their entire life. They've been in a bubble their entire life. So it's hard for them to see what's coming for them. So they're going to keep going along with it until it happens to them. Politics, not politics. Humility wizard. I like that shit. Yeah, that's facts, baby. I like that. That's fucking facts. Politics. Yep. There's a pile of fucking tricks. Yeah. But man, it's just and the thing about it is, the inmates, they still, don't get me wrong, think shit all peaceful. They still got these ignorant motherfuckers that don't see what's going on, that's living their life oblivious inside of prison, and still killing and hurting dudes in that bitch. They still doing that. But for the most part, a lot of these guys that came together, no matter which race or whatever, they didn't came together. Now I'm gonna tell you all, let me get back on the training. So they took one of the biggest blocks, and I'm gonna say in overalls. They took one of the biggest blocks in overalls, and these guys that they training, they run up in there, they pepper spray, and they start beating these inmates that's unsuspected, that's walking around washing their clothes, that's and hanging their clothes up in that bitch to dry, because they done took damn near everything from them, and watching TV. They even busting TVs in that bitch and beating, causing complete chaos. And after these group come in, beat your ass with the mask on, beat your ass down. I mean, I ain't talking about no regular beat. I'm talking about beat your ass however they want to beat your ass. If they want to kill your ass, kill your ass. And then they leave, and then another squad come right after them that's standing there waiting right after them, and come in there and clean it up and get shit together, zip tie y'all ass and have y'all face down and cattle y'all off like cattle. Yeah. Like that. They are practicing what they're about to do. How you let, and I'm gonna just say, I said thousands, let's just say 1,000. How you just let 1,000 inmates disappear and you don't know where these inmates then went to? You don't know, nobody in the prison know where none of these inmates been taken to. And all these inmates are some kind of Latin, Mexican, or, even Chinese. They starting to kick them out too. They starting to kick Asians out too. Even if you got a green card. Because first, the non-green card, then the green card holders. There is no stopping. There is no stopping. People think, oh, yeah, it's going to calm down after a while. Shit, no, it's just going to spread. It's designed to create chaos. He stay in office as long as chaos ensues. And the next thing that's about to happen is he about to provoke. He about to provoke. See, they already trying to use this Antifa thing, and you all gonna be a part of Antifa. And join Antifa. They trying to demonize Antifa. I don't even know who these people is, so I don't want nobody to say I'm tied to them, because I don't even know who the hell they is. But I see they trying to demonize them, and then whoever they want to say is a part of Antifa, that's who they gonna say a part of it. It don't matter who you is, what color, what you part of Antifa. You going down. Because the first thing they designed to do is to scare you. And scare you. And I also told you guys, for those who just came and didn't hear me, on this live, I'm only putting so much on this live, which I'm getting ready to end it. But the next live going to be 2 hours or better, because I got a lot to put into it. But I won't be doing a lot of explaining, saying that this is in this day and time. And I only will leave this up for a limited time, because you got to be careful right now what you're saying. Because if you ain't speaking what they want you to speak, and you pushing out something they trying to keep contained, they will kill you. They will kill you. And people would think it's something you done went out here and did, and somebody done caught up to your ass and killed you. Man, I kept telling that dude to be safe out there, man. They ain't got nothing to do with that. People ain't like what the hell the people I was advocating for. That's why I want you guys to know, I know what I'm doing. I know I'm putting my life on the line. Every day I walk out this door, every day I hit this and tell you guys these things. I know this. I know this, but I ain't tripping. I've been in worse positions. This shit needs to happen. This shit needs to happen. And I'm about to expose everything, because this is just the tip of the iceberg what's going on, man. You know how many dudes they done had turned out themselves, and I don't want to get into that too much, because, bro, that buck breaking, that shit is real. They figure if they do this, they're going to embarrass you so much, you won't call home to your relatives. You don't even want to talk to your relatives. So this is what they using to stop this, getting you fucked. And they got some dudes ignorant enough, bring them in here, boss. Bring them in here, boss. I'll run in that bitch. I'll run in it. Yeah, this shit is facts. Yeah. Yeah, Phyllis Jackson Husky breaking up the family father. But this is what they're aiming to do. And plus, they don't want these people to reveal what's coming for them. What's coming for them. Now, let me tell you about this. So, I get another call. Man, Willie, bro. Now, Willie was an ally of New Jack. Always have been. Willie always been, how I want to say, I'm going to say gay. He's always been kind of gay, but he's been an ally of New Jack or whatever. Since I was in prison, he's been an ally of New Jack. So, and motherfucker tough. So, Willie kept trying to put the word out, and Willie had people and family and what he calls sisters that will ride or die for Willie. So whatever message Willie put out here, they was running that message, running it up with that message. and trying to get people to come to the prison. And they beat Willie so many times to stop Willie from doing this. But Willie wouldn't conform. Fuck that. I'd rather die than continue being treated like this. That's how Willie was taking a stand. And what they did one night was move everybody out of Willie's cell. And nobody can't make this shit make sense. And Willie's cell catches a fire. Willie's cell catches a fire. Woo, fully engulfed. Ah! Willie burning alive, hollering. And y'all know I put my dramatics on the shit, but I done seen it play out, and I know this is what happens. Oh, help! Hey, somebody help! Willie's shaking the balls. And the CO, 75 to 100 feet all the way down to the end of the hall. Everybody else hear this, smell this, and all this. But it takes 20 to 25 minutes for them to even begin to come to help Willie. Even when they come to help Willie, they ain't coming to let him out their cell because they saying that's for their own protection, right? You gonna run up on me and burn me. Jay Diggs, what's good, baby? Naja Turkwash, what's up, sis? Sean Duval, what's up? You know. Keith, what's good, baby? I'm gonna chop it up with you on Insta later, bro. If you on there. But yeah. And they don't open the cell, they come and start fire extinguishing. When they hitting them with this fire extinguisher, they like it got pepper or something on that fire extinguisher. Because this man get to hollering louder and louder and louder. And then they say they'll put him out, but don't put it out all the way, and it'll blaze back up. And it's they laughing. They standing there laughing. Shh. And it blazed back up on him. Yeah. This is the dirty shit that's happening to someone loved one in prison, and they clueless. They clueless. They ain't got a clue this happening to their people. At the moment in time it's happening. Man, I'm telling you, guys, this shit, man, this is just the tip of the iceberg, man, that I gotta run to you guys. It's the tip of the shit. It's so much shit that I'm being told that I gotta literally make notes to remember. Because I don't want to forget one. Oh, and another prison that hasn't got as bad as these prisons, but it's bad. The COs in there throwing crosses. Yeah, throwing crosses to guys who had a alliance between them, threw crosses, and these guys went to war and offed each other. A lot of their crew members on both sides. And it was done by the COs. But by the time they realized the COs was doing this, they was fully into it. They was invested in this shit. Now blood then ran. See, once you spill blood, ain't no friendship. Once you done spill blood on either side, ain't no friends. We can't be friends. People done died and bled for this shit. Ain't no friends no more. We can never be cool again. It's too late to say, man, the COs played us against each other. And that's sad that it's like that, but it's like that. It's like that. You know, it's like that. I could just only go off of, man, what the times then put me into. And these COs know what they doing the same way like out here. They play us against each other. They play us against each other. Tim Jones, that's a good idea, brother. It's a good idea. It's a damn good idea. It's a damn good idea. Don't think you by yourself, brother. I'm not stupid. I see what's coming. I ain't about to be no silly ass chicken running around. Yeah, it's gonna stop there. It's not coming my way. It's gonna stop here. Nah. Yeah. You don't have to been in went to war before to be on top of your shit and paying close attention and wanting to know everything. Remember, I told you, anytime you're in a situation like this in a chaotic place, you want to pay attention to everything that happened to somebody else, because then you know who doing what, and you know who it's happening to and who doing it to these people. You want to pay attention, because you wouldn't walk right up to these people who, or to a person who just aped the dude and shake his hand and become friends with him, right? Right. And you don't want to do that shit by accident either, right? Right. Yeah. Shit is real. Shit is real. Who is that? Yeah, they blazing him up, Haley Andrews. They blazing him up. They yeah, Willie, man, they Willie survived. Let me finish that. Willie survived the initial burning. Nobody couldn't figure out how just this one cell, this corner cell, catch a fire. This corner cell catch a fire. It don't hit no other cells that's right by it. None of them cells catch on fire. None of that. And it happened to the person y'all having the most problems with. The most problems with. Really. Who he already and I ain't gonna say it like that because I don't want to be heartless. But he's gay already. So you doing something like that, it'd be like you doing him a favor getting him some dick. And I ain't trying to be harsh, but I'm saying in their eyes, that's what it's like. So that ain't gonna do you no good to do him something like that. So we gotta turn it up a notch with him to make him stop. And don't forget, you got them snitches and them cowards in prison who turning dudes in. Yeah, boss, can I talk to you, boss? Hey, yeah, man, he on that righteous shit. Him, all them right there, they on that righteous shit. I appreciate you. I'm gonna bring you a Big Mac. You heard me? Big Mac on me tomorrow. I appreciate it. And before you know it, them guys coming out, they cell getting took somewhere and beaten in inches of their life, if not rolled out. Cause it is old sellout ass motherfucker then told on him. And then he get moved somewhere else. Now, I don't know how it is everywhere else in the world. I can only speak for Louisiana in the South, how it is. That Caucasian inmates are treated totally different down here. They're given more, they're put on a better side. They have options and different things like that. And it's just different. It's just different, you know. And then I'm gonna get into the food. Half of this stuff y'all hearing, please pay attention about the food because it's happening in prison. Dudes are finding out they're eating people. Yeah, they're eating people. Facts. This is not made up. These are facts. They're eating human flesh. Yeah. So like I said, I want to put all that on the episode that I'm not going to erase. But this one, I'm only going to leave up for a moment in time. Let as many people I can get to view this so they'll be caught up on it and then take it down, you know. And I'm about to be doing these a lot more and getting more descriptive, if you get what I'm saying. Because this shit has got to get out because it's going to get out when it's too late. And the shit going to be happening right here on the streets. Because it's going to be something I say to a lot of you guys. Are any of you guys in Chicago right now? Any of you guys in Chicago right now? Chicago. I know sis in Memphis. Chicago. Michael Iberia. Man, it's going down out y'all way, huh? I know you done seen some shit, brother. I know you done seen some shit, man. I hope you link in with me on Instagram, man. Link in with me, bro. You know, because we trying to mobilize ourselves and lend ourselves out to anybody that needs us. Because I want to be there for them, you know, when we need them. And so they come when we need them. You know, this is simple. This is a simple, harsh truth about shit. We can't sit back and see this happening to our fellow Chicagoans and Memphis and different things like that and think that shit ain't got nothing to do with us. It got everything to do with us. I love the spirit of Chicago, how they fighting ice back and different things. Now, I don't condone violence, but they doing violence reckless and don't give a damn about nobody. They don't give a damn about what they doing. Man, in Chicago, people ain't even letting them boys eat. Nah, we ain't got no vacancies up here for y'all to sit down nowhere. Get your ass out of here. No, y'all can't eat out here. Yeah, so, you know, but like I said, guys, prepare yourself for the next episode I come do. But I won't be saying when this happened. Or, you know, I'm gonna be telling y'all, just know this the shit that I'm gonna be telling you is happening now. Happening now. And I ain't talking about 5-6 months ago. I'm talking about now. The latest thing that I will bring you will be about 2 weeks old. 2 weeks old. And I'm gonna get back on, you know, our regular prison episodes. I just took a break because I gotta advocate for the brothers. I gotta advocate, you know, and I've been doing everything that I possibly can. Even they JPay and all that shit been shut down. You can't send them nothing. I got, you know, different brothers who got so many stamps, they ain't never used the stamps because you can actually see everything that you send them and see if they using it and different things like that. You know, we communicate in all different ways to let us know they okay. You know, when you see something disappear, I ain't gonna even get too much into that on this episode. I'll tell you guys on another episode, you know. But it's a lot that's going on, guys. And I'm gonna bring you guys up to speed. I appreciate Phil Jackson Husky. I appreciate it. I got to, you know, I would want them to do it for me, man. Cause you unsure when you behind them walls, man. Is he telling people? You don't know who working for you when you behind the walls. You know what I'm saying? You closed off, and man, I want them to know you could depend on me. You always know, they always know they can. I'm gonna do this. That's why I try to do most of it on Instagram to show people this ain't about no money and monetizing. My Instagram ain't monetized. My shit free. I ain't gonna never monetize that. Never. So that's why I do a lot of stuff over there and don't put up a lot of videos on YouTube because I don't want them to figure I'm doing this for because people ignorant, man. People they just don't get it. They just don't get it. It's some things bigger than this shit, man. Especially for me, you know. So, but I will start posting videos because I don't want to deprive those of you, you know, who do actually want to see it. Unlike some of the people, man, I ain't giving that no view. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna leave that alone, get off that bullshit. Anyway, because there's bigger things to be had right now. Oh man. But man, I love you guys, man. And I'm coming back real soon. Plus, you'll see me on Instagram today as well, sharing the individual stories, you know, that I heard, you know, like that too. And different things. I'm gonna be doing all kind of things. You know, I'm gonna be there with you guys because we about to go through some madness, you know, and I want you guys to know I'm here. I'm right here with you guys. If it's anything that because when it fully unfold right now, it's basically our police department and our politicians that's making moves that's messed up with us. You know, that's what's really going on right now in Louisiana. And I get some of it. It's trying to show we can handle our own crime. But the way you doing it, you trying to show too much. You trying to show them too much. You know, oh man, what about the 12-year-old boy that was slammed and threw in the police car with a broken neck? What about that? Here in Louisiana. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure nobody heard. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Man, shit crazy. Shit crazy, man. It's crazy. But like I said, I'll see you guys soon, man. Y'all be safe out there. stay vigilant. And what my bro say, he's stockpiling. Keep stockpiling, bro. It's coming to that point. I love you guys.